let me take you on a journey through the mists of time. And maybe, just maybe, we can remember something of yesteryear. Hi, I'm Gabby and welcome back to another edition of the Fragrantician. Here on my channel we talk about nothing but fragrances. So if you do like a little bit of vintage where it meets a modern era, then keep on watching. So in today's edition we are talking about a fragrance, and I am doing a fragrance review on Gallagher Fragrances, The Mists of Time here. So this is a brand new release. Now, you know I don't normally buy a brand new release, do I? But I've had this now several weeks, and I have to say this was launched only literally less than a month ago, a few weeks ago in fact. So I've tested it, so I think it's now roadworthy of doing a full fragrance review, so keep on watching. Time is a brand new release. It is launched by Gallagher Fragrances. Now, I have never ever bought a Gallagher fragrance up till now. I blind bought this. I went out on a whim to blind buy it. Now, you know I normally don't blind buy a fragrance. However, this piqued my interest because of the notes. First of all, look at the bottle. It is a 50 ml. It reads you the notes on there, and it's a heavy, sturdy bottle with a heavy lid, probably one of the heaviest lids I have in my whole collection. It's a very minimalistic looking fragrance, and it has this feel of an opaque feel to it, so I'm not sure actually whether light can go through into the bottle, but as always I store my fragrances away from direct heat and sunlight in my studio here. So I had sampled another fragrance, Rosé All Day, which was kindly sent to me by Paola Bianca. I'll link her channel down below. She loves Gallagher Fragrances. She loves Rosé All Day, and she also loves Wicked Good, I think, because it's a chocolatey patchouli, if I'm not mistaken. I did initially, I wasn't sure about Rosé All Day because of this metallic note that was in there. However, I used up the sample, and I have to say it did kind of fall under my spell after I'd used it. It was kind of a fragrance that I felt like I needed more of an addiction of. Yes, it had that metallicness with that rose, and it was strange, and I loved it. I sensed the taste of champagne from a metallic glass, from a glass almost. However, that aside, Rosé All Day we'll put to one side. That will be another review. This is a 50 ml. It's an eau de parfum concentration. I'm going to go on the notes that Gallagher Fragrances themselves have. According to the website here, it says here, Mists of Time is inspired by happy memories, those of the past and of the future, but more generally by time itself. And I think this is what Gallagher Fragrances are trying to achieve. It's an olfactive memory. So when you're smelling a fragrance, it's all about an olfactive scent memory that you may have from that fragrance. So I can get that. Featuring notes of candied orange, mandarin and fizzy blackcurrant, Mists of Time is instantly uplifting. At its core, Mists of Time features regal birch and cedarwood, Alaskan cypress, and a pinch of leather and tobacco. The base is a combination of mineral notes, musk and vanilla. Notes are bergamot, candied orange, mandarin, lime zest, blackcurrant, patchouli, birch, Alaskan cypress, cedar leather, tobacco and mineral notes. The notes that piqued my interest was the candied orange, believe it or not, together with the blackcurrant and the birch and the cypress, because I do love cypress in fragrances. And I bought it with my own money, which you can buy direct from Gallagher Fragrances. You can buy direct here in the UK from Slick Boys. I'll put their websites down below so you will be able to see them. So I'll put their links down below on their Instagram pages so you'll be able to contact them directly if you want to, so to speak. When this came, instantly, it was one of those fragrances that I wanted to open with gay abandon. I was that cocksure that I would like the fragrance. I'm going to spray it on my hand here. This is a beautiful spray on this lovely atomizer. Clips on. Now, this fragrance, I will say from the get-go, it's strong. I don't have to put my hand to my nose. So in the air, I smell at first this orange, this burst of orange, and it's like orangeade. And it's mixed with that blackcurrant. It's the blackcurrant and the orange are there. And on me, I would say the blackcurrant and orange last a long, long time. I will also say, let's cut to the chase. This fragrance has good longevity. It has good projection and sillage. So the performance is there on my skin. That orangeade feel is really lovely. And it's fizzy, 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 fizzy. It's like you've just opened a bottle of orangeade and you're sat under a willow tree by the river and you're enjoying a cool orangeade as swans go by. This is the imagery that evokes in my mind. And I remember going blackcurrant and blackberry picking with my grandmother in the height of summer in August time, and this evokes a memory of that as well. This is summertime in a bottle, spring and summer. However, I want to see how this fragrance wears in the autumn and winter, because I'm not a seasonal fragrance wearer, you know I'm not. And that sweetness of the orange and the lime in there, the fresh lime, that candied orange, that sweetened orange, is really, really lovely. It's fresh, but this is where the kick comes in. It's these mineral notes that gives it an aquatic feel, yet it gives it something else than just a run-of-the-mill fresh fragrance genre. It's a genre, as that saying goes. No, it's nothing like that. It's really beautiful. It's light. It has this, again, this fragrance has a dual personality. It's light, but with now birch in here. Birch is, there's some earthiness into this fragrance, which comes again from the birch and the patchouli in this fragrance. I think you do have to like patchouli. The orange, but the orange and the blackcurrant and the lime, it does stay throughout the fragrance. Now, you know, a lot of fresh fragrances can dissipate because they're so volatile and the molecules just within minutes, less than half an hour, are gone. But it's blended quite seamlessly. It's blended throughout. The main notes I pick up are the orange, the mandarin, the lime, the blackcurrant. Those notes are very fresh at the forefront, but the patchouli and the birch and those mineral notes, there's a touch of leather in here as well. And I can see where this leather note plays, because it feels like leather on a settee rather than a leather jacket. I remember my grandmother, again, she had a leather sofa, and feeling my hand along that leather sofa and then smelling it is in here. They've kind of like matched that memory to a T. So this memory has fond memories of myself as a child, as a growing child that was on the verge of adolescence, that wanted to stay a child and didn't want to grow up. It's kind of a fragrance that it's a Peter Pan fragrance. It's a fragrance that I just don't want to ever grow up and just stay in that bubble. I can see myself purchasing another Gallagher fragrance, probably Rosé All Day. Now, I'm not really a sweet gourmand lover fragrance. This isn't sweet or gourmand. It's sweet from the fruit, from the mandarin and the orange. But the mineral notes, I just have this fond memory of being with my grandmother, sitting under a willow tree by the river, drinking orangeade, having ice cream, watching the swans go by, and enjoying that moment. Beautiful fragrance for the summer. Will I wear it for autumn and winter? Who knows? I might want to have that memory and wear this fragrance just for that. So I would say out of 10, I would give this a good 8.5 to 9 out of 10. Probably a 9 out of 10. Performance for longevity is 10 out of 10. It stayed on my skin for a good 8 hours. I test it for a good whole day. I test it for several days. Good 8 hours it stayed on my skin. The projection was there for about the first 2 hours, and then it came closer to you. I'm not too worried about projection. I just like to wear a fragrance for myself. I like to wear a fragrance that I can smell and enjoy, and I certainly enjoyed this fragrance. The sillage, the scent trail, I got a couple of compliments from, so that worked really well. That works better in my favour than a projection. I don't want people to be standing right next to me and wanting to stand back. So performance-wise, a solid 10 out of 10. Mists of Time by Gallagher Fragrances. Beautiful, ethereal, memory-evoking and enchanting. So that blind buy paid off. Have you blind bought it? Do you like it? Do you love it? Do you not like it? Comment down below. But until next time, always start your day being fabulous, remaining fabulous, and ending fabulous. Because that's why you'll always be remembered. Till the next time, I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.